YouTube faithful, what's going on? It's Motivation Monday. Today, I am risking it all. Just like the thumbnail implies, I'm going to be going over to ParlayPlay. As you can see here, there's $63.10 left in this account. I am risking it all, baby. I'm taking the 63. We're taking one of these promos, whatever it is, and we're going to pair it up, and I'm going to build it live, and baby, it's hitting. Well, at least I hope it's going to hit. That's the plan anyways. I'm also going to cover some things on PrizePicks too because I know you guys want the PrizePicks content. We're going to do it all. So if you're interested in that, here's what you need to do to receive the Lord's work. First, I need you to smash that like button like mama taught you right. Number 2, hit subscribe. And number 3, leave me a comment with questions, concerns, comments, whatever you want, man. I respond to 99% of the comments. I try to anyways because I care about each and every one of you, man, even the haters among you. So first things first, before I even go into anything else, we're going to be on PrizePicks for a second. And you can see right here, I have the handy dandy notepad making an appearance where I have everything that I want to go over for this video today. But first, like I'm saying, I want to talk about someone that isn't on there. It's just a quick little shout out to Tumani Band Camara. Yes, his fantasy line was at 13.5 earlier. Okay, so now PrizePicks inflated it up to 14, but that's okay. He is a first half demon. Some people are second half demons like Desmond Bain. Other people's are first half demons. It happens, but you can see here, look at his first half fantasy over the last 20 games. 11 of 20, 7 of 10, and 5 of 5. Head to head, the last time he played on December 30th, he had 22. I mean, this man, all he does is grab first half fantasy points. It's crazy. And where does the bulk of it come from? Well, he has block and steal equity. Here's the fly in the ointment with him, okay? For some reason, it seems very often that PrizePicks and other books will stat correct this man to no end. Leave a comment below if you've been chalked because of the stat correction on Tumani Camara. I'm telling you, they take blocks and steals away from the man like it's going out of style, but guess what? I'm in the mix. Now, the reason I'm not taking his first half PRA is because I want that block and steal equity on his fantasy skew. But you also are eating a bump. I got it in earlier, posted in the cord, but I think it's fine. And then the other first half one, and the reason I am giving you first half plays separately is because they're super volatile, man, which means you can't bank on them for nukes, for daily doubles, etc. Unless it's Joker's first half PRA or the Zinger or something like that. You don't want your night to depend on first half. It's something to do in addition for some extra firepower and some extra fun along the way. But we got the Washington Wizards with Corey Kispert, and guess what? 3-3, the man's birthday is today. I'm taking his first half 6 points. It's been an absolute wagon. He's got all the makings of a varsity athlete. If you know the pun, you know the reference. Let me know too if you picked that up. He didn't have the makings of a varsity athlete. But Corey Kispert, on his birthday, the micro matchups hitting, points allowed, their 21st head to head. He didn't get there, but we don't care about what happened in November. This is a totally different team. We're looking at the last 20, 14 of 20, last 10, 8 of 10. I mean, again, folks, we're talking wagon. He got that push equity for the low. Is it going to be sweaty? Of course. He's going to play little minutes, 13, 10, 10, 16. He's exceeded 6.5 points in 10 of his last 12 games. Folks, we're going with it, and we get that birthday boost. And to be honest, if you want to take his full game points at 12.5 or his full game assists at 1.5, I think that is fine too. Either or, 1.5 assists for Corey or his points. Maybe even his points assist could be the move. That's up to you. I gave you the options, but for those two, that is a little two-piece. Again, you're taking a bump on Camara because he was 13.5, but if you want to get in on that, get in on it. If not, fade it. Okay, now the Utah Jazz, they're tanking. They just ruled out a bunch of people. So we got to hold off on that, man. Unfortunately, we can't go pedal to the metal with these Utah Jazz. We got to wait. But everyone's on Maxey today for good reason. But personally, I slid on over to Kelly Oubre. Let's call him Oubre. Oubre just, I don't like the way it sounds. We're calling him Kelly Oubre. 16.5 points. I prefer his Gabby at 14.5. I think it's crispy. I think it gives you a little bit of leverage off of Maxey if you're playing things like DraftKings or any other fantasy site that has something like that where you need leverage, and it gets you off the popular play, which is, well, they're both popular, but you know what I'm saying. So if we look at his points at first glance, it doesn't look sexy, does it? Look at the head-to-heads, it looks even worse. But let me cook for 1 second. Let's remove Joel Embiid off the court, and then look at the head-to-head. 129-24, that was a full season ago. He dropped 25. Now look at the last 20 without Embiid. 13 of 20, 8 of 10, and 4 of 5. He's gone over 16.5. Now if you drop it down to 14.5, you're getting a full 5 of 5. You're getting a full 10 of 10, and you're getting 17 of 20 without Joel Embiid on the court, Papa. And again, the head-to-head data remains. Now, 23rd in points allowed to small forwards. I would consider him a hybrid 2 through 4. They're not good against power forwards. They're great against shooting guards. So the shooting guard and the small forwards, they're giving up points. I think it's fine. Either one of these, it just depends on your gambling threshold on which one you want to take. Both of those are fine. And as I stated in the notepad, he projects for 16.5, so there's no real value there, but the Goblin gives you a 2-point differential. Next, I want to talk about Trey Young for a moment. Trey Young, 4.5 turnovers. Is it still on the board? I had a feeling they might remove it. I mean, guys, what Trey Young are we getting today? Because if he there it is, 4.5 turnovers. Now, some of you may look at this and be like, there's no way he's getting 5 turnovers, but I want to just pick your brains momentarily. If you look at the last 10, he's actually hit in 6 of his last 10. They're 14th in forcing turnovers against point guards. Overall, they're ranked 25th. They don't really force a lot of turnovers, which is why this line is considered low, I guess. But he's gone over 4.5 turnovers in 14 of his last 20. Head-to-heads, last time he played, he only had 2, but that was back in December. I mean, it just depends on what Trey Young you're going to get, guys. That's the honest truth. I would say if we're looking at the range of outcomes, which you know on this channel we like to look at, we'd say his floor is pretty much going to be 3. His ceiling's pretty much going to be 6. So technically we would be most of the time leaning on his under here, but here's why I'm actually taking over on his turnovers. Now, this is one of those things like the anytime touchdowns, the blocks and steals. You don't want your night to depend on it, but it's definitely good to have as a filler for those 5-mans, those 6-mans to put in with your anchors and darts. It's in the dart pool. Holy smokes, my lips are chapped to high heaven. I can't wait for this weather to turn. But 4.5 turnovers for Mr. Young isn't too bad. Now, here's why. Look at this point total, family. 251.5 points. I can't remember the last time I saw a point total for the NBA that high. The Memphis Grizzlies are favored by 8.5. I get all that, but still 250, which means a fast-paced matchup for both sides. The ball's going to be moving a lot. His usage rate is already high. In 56 games played, he's averaging 36 minutes, and he has the usage rate 29%, averaging 1.2 fantasy points per minute. 30% of the time, the ball's in this man's hands, chat. You understand? So that gives way to turnovers. Hopefully, he can get 5. I'm not risking my night on it, but it's definitely going in the mix. Next up, no Tobias Harris. There's poverty going on with the Utah Jazz, but you have to consider Malik Beasley tonight. His points, rebounds at 21.5. I mean, the guy can catch fire and just start lighting up threes. I mean, look at his Goblin for 3-pointers. It's 3.5. That's all he does is shoot threes. If you just wanted to take a random shot on his points at 17.5, you could. I personally don't know what I'm going to do here. If I did take anything with Beasley, it would probably be his first half fantasy, or maybe this. It looks like he's going to start, but I did want to throw that out there. These, again, are just darts. Walker Kessler, with all that news, 26.5 PRA. Someone's going to have to play, so I'm taking him by default. No Collins, no Lauri Markkanen again. It's going to be the Kessler. It's going to be, I think Jordan Clarkson got ruled out. It's going to be Kyle Filipowski once he gets on there. It's going to be Bryce Sensabaugh. Those are going to be the guys you want from the Utah Jazz. So make sure you're looking at that. And then Andrew Wiggins for the Miami Heat. If you're looking for a run back for Kessler or for Kispert, you can go with Wiggins. 19.5 full game points. I prefer this right here because it's giving me a tighter range on his range of outcomes. 15, 23, 20, 25. I did go ahead and price shop this for you guys. 19.5. He's 20.5 on most other books. I was originally looking at his points rebounds, which you can see here in my notes. He's projected for 25. His points rebounds, I believe they bumped it up from what I wanted it at though. Yes, it was 25 flat earlier. They bumped it up. I think either one of these are fine. Any one of these you could go with. I'm not going to take the time to go look at the data for you guys. You just have to take my word for it. It's going to be tight. Again, he is a dart. So like Trey, Beasley, Wiggins, those are the dart section. Kessler honestly could be considered an anchor play if you'd like. And then I want to talk about 3 more on here before we build the parlay slip. Dyson Daniels, 3.5 blocks and steals. Now this is nuts. Again, this is like a run back for that game with the ridiculous total, okay? I want to have exposure here. I just can't figure it all out yet. So I think with a 251 point total, I think I'm going to have to go with Dyson. Just like the turnovers, a lot of possessions, a lot of things are going to happen. Or you could just go to the 2.5 steals if you can find it, which I believe I can get it on Parlay Play, which we will go there later. Dyson Daniels is 100% in the mix. He does only project for 3 blocks and steals today though, unfortunately. And then if you're looking for runbacks from that game, it's pretty much Bane or bust if you ask me. His rebounds earlier were standing pat at 5.5. I was able to get it in. This right here is a great thing for Bane. He is a second half monster, but this I thought was going to move down to 11. It didn't. It's still at 11.5, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Hopefully I can find an alternate line on Parlay Play. If not, we'll have to see. His fantasy scores also in the mix. Guys, there's no analytics really needed to give here. This is just because it's a 251 point total. All of these guys are going to be in the mix. You can see everything for Bane is juiced under except for his points. Even the 11.5 RA is juiced under. It's crazy. But with that high of a point total, it's like, who's going to be the one scoring? Let's look at the aggregate of Memphis. If I put all these up here, it's just Ja, Jalen Wells, under. Desmond Bane, over 2.5 turnovers. That could be good. The same thing with Trey. Because of the usage rates are going to increase. The 251 point total, I mean, that is what it is. Ja Morant's RA at 12 looks to be okay. It's 12.5 everywhere else. You could take Ja's points at 23. Someone is going to have to score here to get this point total, what they're projecting. Unless it just completely goes under, which I don't think it's going to. And then if you look at the Atlanta Hawks, you can see Trey Young, 4.5 turnovers is minus 140 on DraftKings. I didn't even know that. Dyson Daniels, 3.5 blocks and steals. There's only one book that has it, MGM, and then the rest is Fliff and Rebet. So it's going to be about making gut calls in that game, knowing that the total is going to be a good game environment. The spread isn't good, but you'll just have to wait and see there. Now, I'm trying to speed this video up, guys, but news is breaking. And remember, if let's say Kessler were to sit too, and something like that, news is happening with Utah in real time, you're definitely going to want exposure to Jalen Duren at 27.5 PRA. He's literally the bounce back king, or his flat rebounds at 11.5 possibly. I personally am not going there. If I touch Duren today, pause. Nope, we're talking about ball. At first, I liked his under his RA, but then with all the news, I would be leaning more towards the more on there. He's projecting for roughly 14. His PRA, you're going to have to be plugged into the live stream for later takes on that. Now, my final takes for Prize Picks, I want to talk about Lamelo Ball's fantasy score at 38. Now, if you look at this, it looks egregious. 26, 33, 15, 42, 13. It was 38. They bumped it down because massive money's coming in on the under. I'm not exactly sure what to do with Lamelo. It's been bugging me all freaking day. Okay, his assist over 6 looks okay. I do have him projected for roughly 6.7. Everything else is pretty much on the under train. Okay, Mark Williams as well. I'm torn on what to do with him. I did like his rebounds and his PRA, possibly his fantasy score, but the problem is the Hornets are absolutely dog water. They barely compete, so I don't want to have too much coin invested here. So I think this would what it would be looking like. Less if you were looking for a less there, but I can't do that. Over on his first half PRA, but my favorite for him would be his rebounds goblin. And if you look at the matchup, you can see versus centers, they're 27th in giving up rebounds. You can look, he's gone over 11.5 rebounds in 5 of his last 10 of his last 20, head-to-head, 1 of 1, he had 12. Now, if you lower it down to 8.5, which is what we're looking at, you can see he's gone over in 17 of 20, 85% hit rate. Last 10, 7 of 10, and the last 5, it's 4 of 5. So I'm really having a rough time getting off this prop. Pause again. No, we're talking about Mark Williams. We're still good. So I'm just going to go ahead and roll the dice. Now, why would I take this goblin over this? Well, because if you pair it with any random other 4, you're going to get 7 to 8x, which is fine. I think he gets 9 rebounds way more times than he gets 12, but I wouldn't hate it if you decided to gamble and take 11. I'm probably fading Lamelo today. I'm going to probably regret it. My goodness, I need a drink of water. When you're spitting fire, your mouth gets hot, you dig? But if you're looking at Mark Williams, you can see he's averaging 22% usage rate and 1.4 fantasy points per minute on average. Okay, that's Mark Williams. So that automatically puts his fantasy score in contention at 35.5. In fact, I got it earlier at 34. They bumped it up while simultaneously bumping down Lamelo. And he's still projected for 37 in my own data model. So I do think Mark Williams, you need to have some exposure. But again, I'm sticking with the rebound Gabi. And then as far as Lamelo goes, you can see here 35% usage rate. That's insane. 1.34 fantasy points per minute, averaging 32. So if he hits his season average of 1.3 and his average minutes of 32, he's going over 37 fantasy points. Do you see why I'm conflicted, chat? But again, it's the Charlotte Hornets, the Golden State Warriors. I really just don't know what I want to do here. So in fact, I took this down here at 8.5 3-point combo made. I think that one's good. We'll have to wait and see. So let's clear the board on that. Now what I do here on these YouTubes, guys, if you're new, I prime you up. I get your brain thinking, your feet firing, so to speak, to get you thinking about the slate, the good, the bad, the ugly, find out what we're going to do. And then I have a live stream Monday through Friday at 5:30 Central where we break it all down. We get the closing line value and more, and you can be a part of it. CaptainCrush.net. You scroll down to the gold package. The silver gives you plays sent right to your phone. The gold package gives you the plays, the Discord, everything, which is my slips, my prop list, my projection sheets for the players, which will look like this, but also have the projections for each of their stats and their fantasy score. And you can get access into the live streams as well, which are hosted on my Discord. It's right here. You can get in, or if you sign up with any of my partners, Parlay Play, Sleeper, Chalkboard, Underdog, send me the email and I give you 30 days free. It's real simple, but you have to send me the email or I have no idea. So hopefully I'll see you in the mix today at 5:30 Central. If not, then you're most likely chalked, or maybe you're not. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see now, won't we? But the live streams have been hitting. Guys, I know the NBA's been rough lately. It's been brutal. Discounts have been selling. LeBron last night. You can have the best reads in the world and still get sold. It happens, guys, and it's going to continue to happen. That is just the nature of the beast. These lines are tight. Value is hard to find, and that is what it is. Real quick, if you are watching this and you got booted from my Discord, Dub Club had an issue where it's a syncing issue. They did something on their end with their servers. Go under the winning slips tab right here, and there is a link you can click, and this will resync you into the Discord. So make sure if you're a paid member of the Discord and you're having trouble seeing things, that is where you go. And if that doesn't work, DM me on the cord. We'll get it straightened out. Sorry for the inconvenience. That is one of the downsides of depending on Dub Club to take care of business, but that's neither here nor there. Now, for the main event, we're going to go over and build this lineup on Parlay Play, and I'm going all in. Now, one more thing that I want to say, one last train of thought. You can pick any of these discounts over here, and the promo code is promo code CRUSH. But what I was thinking of too, remember, so bonus is out, guys. So bonus is out. So with that in mind, you need to be looking at Jonas Valanciunas' points, his rebound, possibly his goblin rebound, and you need to look at DeMar DeRozan and decide what you're going to do there. DeMar DeRozan's RA has been a freaking wagon. Can he still get it done without Sabonis? Time will tell. So here we are. I am taking this for my boosted payout today. This is going to be risky because Utah could get blown out. Maybe I should take one of these hockey ones. Maybe I'll have to ask the hockey guru, but it's too late for that. I actually don't hate Cooper Flag for Duke. 17.5 points payout boost. 7.5 assists for Cade. Can he get it done? Well, hopefully he can get 80. Projects for like 10. He's got to get it done, right? You got to get it done, buddy. So let's see what we got. Well, they have Bane C. Even Parlay Play only has him at 11.5. So that's frustrating. Look at this. Trey Young, 4.5 turnovers, but the value to take this is on PrizePicks, so I can't take it here because they're only paying 1.67. PrizePicks is paying you like 1.87, so you definitely would want to take that on PrizePicks and not there. Wow, Mark Williams, 8.5 rebounds is only 1.22. What does that pay if it's a 2-man? 1.66. That ain't worth it. We gotta find some other things. Kelly O, step up to the plate. 16.5 points. You're going in there. I think we're just gonna have to gamble a little bit here. Do they have Bryce up? Nope. Kessler, They do have Kessler up. We can have that as our 1v1 rebound. What are we going to take with him? Well, let's see. Points, rebounds. Let's see what they got for his PRA. 24.5. Rebound 24.5. Maybe it's the PRA at 24.5. His line was 26.5. Yeah. Kessler, can you get it done and not... Man, that game could get ugly. That just... it feels horrible to do that, but it's a run back between Cade, so they're tanking though, man. See, this is where it gets tough, but we can't worry about that. We're just going to have to, hopefully the game stays close. I'm not trying to predict a blowout. And then Bane with that point total, it's just so crispy. Maybe we take an alternate line on his PRA. Do they have anything crispy? 29.5 PRA, 1.44. What does that pay out? 5.29x. This isn't horrible actually, because I'm pretty sure PrizePicks already bumped Kelly up, which is horrible. Let's look at Andrew Wiggins here, 17.5, 19.5. See, PrizePicks is actually paying more at 19.5 points, so it makes me not want to take... What's his points rebounds at here? Points rebounds 24.5 at 1.5x. That could be good. All right, so we'll put him in there. That's 8.5x for 5 of 5. And then J-Val. Now, if you're wondering, why don't I just put in everything I just talked about on PrizePicks? Because I already have all those lineups in on my PrizePicks account. That's why. Trying to do something different. You understand? That's why. And I did talk about these guys. I'm just taking different variations. These things you should be doing yourself as well. Wow, J-Val's all the way up to 29.5 points, rebounds, assists. What about his points, rebounds? This line's moving in real time. This is crazy. 24.5 for Jonas Valanciunas. Oh, this is going to be this is either going to be like a genius play or a moronic play. I'm either going to be feast or famine. All right. We're going for it though. We're all in. Dyson Daniels, you will be the last man at bat. 2.5 steals for Dyson Daniels. He needs to get 3. 11x for 6 of 6. Holy smokes. That's because these are alternate lines. You can take their full lines and get the full payout if you want. But if I insure it, it's 5x and 5 of 6. Nope. We're going for the gusto. $711, $63. Total, submit, and there it is, guys. J-Val, Kelly Oubre, Desmond Bane, Cunningham, the promo, Kessler, and Dyson Daniels, and this is gonna be sweaty. Let me tell you, if this hits, I got a $100 giveaway for the YouTube faithful tomorrow, if it hits. Okay, now if you're sitting there and you're thinking about tailing this, don't nuke this. I'm just doing this because I'm just going all in with the rest of my account. I can move more money over there if I need to. My favorite two would honestly be taking Kelly Oubre with the Cunningham, but you can take any one of these payout boosts you want, guys. It's dealer's choice. They have a bunch of them. Pick and choose. Remember, the link to tail is in the description. Promo code CRUSH. You'll get a free square, a deposit match, and I give you 30 days of the cord. Get in the mix, folks. And if you want access to the live stream today, CaptainCrush.net, gold package, 1 month, $24.99. The 6 months, you get a discount. The year, you get a discount. Doing the Lord's work. Guys, again, NBA's been rough. MLB's coming 327. Hang in there. I have different exciting content in the works for you guys. I promise you, I'm going to take this channel to the next level this year. That is the goal. So stick with me. Be patient. Appreciate you tuning in. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests. And as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush today.